Hey.
All right, guys, and we're back just like that.
Just like that.
You guys know how we like to kick it off, man. In order to take accountability for what has passed and what will be, there's no time like presently. So, for all of those with ears and mouths, can we have a moment of your time? Oh, I want to gain some perspective. Can we get a piece of your mind?
Hey. What's this
I
now,
think I still
Frank?
messed that up, bro.
No, you know what? It's okay though, man. It's okay. I love it. It's fun, man. It's that spoken word, bro. And we
Yes,
did drop a
sir.
little bit of that too, man.
Yeah, nah, not today, man.
No,
After
no, I
after
saw
last week's episode, I now know, man, I need the right mic and I need the right, I don't know, I need the right equipment because y'all need to feel my passion when I'm speaking it through the mic.
I feel that. I feel that. I still liked it. I'm sure all the people at home liked it, man. It was cool. It was a moment of vulnerability, man, and that's all we could ask for. You know what I mean? It's a
Hey,
lot of
you
us
know
chasing
what?
that.
If we want to be more vulnerable, I want to start going to some like shows locally because
Hmm.
that's something I never experienced. I
That'd be
only see it
cool.
on like my Instagram feed, and I
Mm.
enjoy it when I see it on my Instagram feed. And then maybe one day I could work myself up to get it on stage and just kicking one or two of mine. That would be nice too. So
That would
those are
be, bro.
some dreams I got in the works, things I'm planning on working on.
Oh shit,
So
we gonna make them happen then, bro. We gotta
hey,
do
hold me
that.
accountable to that, man.
Yes,
Hector, that's
sir.
you.
That's
Everybody,
me.
anybody listening, that's you. Okay,
Yep.
hold me accountable to that.
We don't do that, bro. I like that. That's cool, man. Cause like, yo, that's it's one of those things where it's like, um, being an artist, every now and then they've got shows all over Denver, bro. Denver is a hub for artwork, man, for artistry, for creativity. And they got all sorts of different
Yeah,
kinds of venues and different shows where they want people to come out and kind of submit your art. Hey, yeah, sign up for it, reserve a booth, reserve a spot, and then put your artwork out there and just kind of let it be seen, man. And that's a big deal. That's a big vulnerable moment, man. Because the thing about art, it being so subjective, somebody might think it's straight trash. Somebody else might fall in love with it. But you got to be at peace with yourself in order to know that, I can take it good or bad and then put yourself out there, man. Because, like, me personally, I think a lot more comes in a bad way when you don't do something. That's typically what regret is,
yeah, regret. Yeah,
Yeah, it typically falls under the lines of the things you didn't achieve, the things you didn't do, more so than the
no.
things you did. Because the things you did live through, that's an experience. And with experience, man, you just leveling up. You feel me? So,
Yeah, you know what they say anything you want to try out, just go ahead and stumble into it because
yeah.
the next time you try it, you'll skip the stumble part and you'll just stutter. Something like I do
Yeah.
sometimes, man.
Nah, man, nah.
Then
I like
the
that though.
third time
Yeah.
you'll skip the trip and the stutter. You might get it straight.
Just gonna
Oh,
slide right in. That's
that's
it.
right.
So yeah, man, a lot of that is vulnerability, a lot of that is that willingness. And then patience with yourself, man. Just gotta, know when the right time is, man. Then it's never the right time, but right now is. So if you feel it, go for it, do it. Like, and as far as you, bro, yeah, oh yeah, that spoken word coming, man. That's coming a lot sooner, man. We talked about it last
Yeah,
week, talked about it again, bro. We're gonna have you on that, bro.
yeah.
That shit
I
was
plan
cool,
on it,
man.
man. I plan on it. I'm gonna get the proper mic and equipment so I can do it on my social media as well.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, yo, I was telling you, Frank, man, we've talked so many times, bro, and I was telling you that's a insightful piece of information about you. That's a good way to get to know who Frank Tooley is. That's a good way to know who Frank Francis. We get to understand who this man is because you're very passionate with your word and with your mind and with your heart. And so being able to deliver that only creates the vision of you that you get to give us. And that whole idea of first impressions and whatnot, you come off very confident, very humble, very chill, very fun. So that's a good thing
Yeah.
to have. Yeah, as a person in general, man, that's something we
Yeah,
should
I'm glad.
all
I'm glad. I'm glad to
aspire.
hear it from somebody, man. I don't know how. Perspective, right, Hector? Me and you
Right.
talk about this all the time. Perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I only can see from one point of view, and that's through these eyes. You
Right.
know what I mean? Unless I have a mirror next to me, I can't read my own body language. So to hear it from a friend, to hear it from somebody, like just just to hear like somebody tell you something good about yourself or what they see
Mhm.
from you is, it feels good. I can't even lie,
Yeah,
man.
and
It's dope, and
that's
it's good to have good people around you.
yeah, exactly. And so you saying that, man, that falls under one of those love languages we talked about last week. That
Yeah,
one would be
yeah,
particularly words of affirmation. And it does feel good to be acknowledged, to be told something about you, that you're doing well.
yeah.
And
Not
someone
not just that
notices
you
that.
not just that you're full of whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of
Right.
people,
Yeah.
they're real good at like expressing their anger, right?
Mhm.
But some people, they get real uncomfortable even talking to their friends. It could be somebody they love, but they'll be afraid to tell them about themselves in a good way too. So
No, that's
you
true.
know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Oh
I've seen that a lot, man. I've seen that. Um, and it's sad, man, because that's not something that person is typically angry at that other person. It's a traumatic response from something that might have happened way back when. So
yeah,
they realized I should just keep it to me because this person might use it as like ammunition, or they might remember that, and then I'm gonna feel bad. I'm gonna feel self-conscious about it. And that's hard to get past, man. It really is. And so again, that comes back to that willingness and that vulnerability, man.
yeah,
um, I mentioned, I might have mentioned on here, and I know I mentioned it to you. I got not only just the Thankful Thursday, and not only do I get to kick it with you on here every Sunday, but I got therapy on Tuesdays, individual therapy, man. And that's a big deal for me too, because we talked about it a bunch of times, Frank, and most of the people from our neighborhood know, man, therapy wasn't something that just, it wasn't really a cool thing, man. It wasn't this thing that you do or you talk about. But you see
yeah,
motherfuckers in the gym all the time getting swollen, and you see people on diets and regimens and trying to get right. You take care of your physical health, man. You gotta take care of the mental health too, y'all. Like, without this, none of this shit works, man. And
yeah,
so I have therapy on Tuesdays, and I love it, bro. And then I'm in the process right now of talking about something called reframing. And so what that is you take a thought, and instead of just going down that straight and narrow like you're normally doing, like how you normally operate, take a moment to kind of turn it and look down the corridor in a different way. Um, See what you're not seeing, what you would normally not see, because we all get real accustomed to tunnel vision, and that's dangerous, bro. Like, we get real stuck on an idea, and we just want to see that shit through.
hey, a good example of tunnel vision and what Hector's talking about is what I think he's talking about is like when you're doing things without thinking, such as
Mm,
when you're getting off of work and before you know it, you're home. You wasn't even thinking, but
yep.
you get to go. It's kind of dope sometimes because you put your body in autopilot and you get to go wherever you want in your own head. But ultimately, that's what I think he's talking about. Is like but it's that comes from comfortability too, right? Because you
Yeah.
you know the path home. You don't even need to think about it. And
Hmm.
because you're like that, you also get this tunnel vision. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It's like this is the way to go. This is the way to go. You never think to veer off somewhere else.
Yep. And yeah, so that's one of the many ways, and it's a lot of ways, and we all do it a little differently. Like, that's a big one. I've done that. Just zone out, you know what I'm saying? And then suddenly I'm home, and I don't even remember how I did out there. I just
Yeah.
A to B, just like that. And so reframing gives me, yeah, I'm going into that tunnel vision. All right, let me start turning it back a little bit. Let me start getting some self control back going here, and start to realize, okay, I need to look at this differently. And that's not only applicable to the ride home. That's applicable to how you talk to people, your interactions with someone. Some of y'all out there with baby mamas and baby daddies that are just really hard to deal with. Um, if that's your child's mother, man, I think first and foremost, if you're gonna fight at all, fight fair. That's a reframing process. Think about how you should be a team instead of being each other's enemies, kind of thing. And I'm not gonna go too deep into that. That's a big hole. That's a big rabbit hole right there. But I know it's a lot of us out there that has a situation similar to that. And so it's one of those, you got to be willing to talk to that person. And it starts with the reframing. Get it out of your head that, oh, we're going to start a fight. The moment I ask her this, the moment I ask him for that, it's going to start a fight. Hey, maybe it will. That's okay. But if you go into it correcting your tone, correcting your posture, and your message overall, the delivery of how you bring that to this person, you take that time, man, you reframe that. I feel like success can come from that, bro. And that's not just, again, not just baby mamas that drive home. In every aspect of your life, a difficult coworker, a friend of yours that's struggling with something, maybe a relative. Take the time to try reframing, y'all, and look up the
So,
definition, and then go ahead and kind of give it your own little touch. It works a little different for all of us.
so ultimately, what you're saying is you're trying to like gain control of like things that you realize trigger you. Like when you get into a
Exactly.
moment where when you know a trigger's coming, or somebody when you know you're about to you know see somebody that usually can throw you into a trigger. You start to prepare beforehand
Yep.
is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Like I'm prepared beforehand, so that way you can go into it with a better mindset, better plan, and maybe you can change the trajectory of where the conversation goes. And
Yep.
okay,
That's
I like it,
exactly it,
man.
bro. Yeah, no, you definitely gave that a much better delivery, a little bit more eloquent than I did. But yeah, that's exactly it. Just kind of a preparedness, yeah, for what you're entering. That exactly your triggers, man. We all got triggers. It's whatever.
Yeah,
It is what it is, man. But being aware of them, that's the hard part. Knowing what they are, knowing that they exist, admitting that they exist, and then knowing what they are. Um,
yeah. I could
that
imagine the steps to that.
oh,
I
absolutely,
could
man. And
imagine the
it's
steps to because you know what? I feel like a lot of us when we're in the moment, when we're the one getting sad because of a person or situation, when we're the one getting mad because of a person or situation, um, we don't, it's like we don't even realize that it is there's something that is triggering us. It's just like this is just what it is. This person just gets me upset. That's just what
mhm.
it is. You know what I mean? You're not even realizing you're going into a mode or a zone. You're moving out of a place of peace. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that sounds pretty dope, man. It sounds like a nice journey through the mind, man.
It is, man. And yo, and we live up here, so why not take that journey? You feel me? Like
Yeah.
we got to take care of our physical just as much as we got to take care of our mental, yo. It's 2023, man. It's the Jordan year for a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? So like now's the time to go ahead and make those proper changes, man, and just
No,
like
I never thought about that this whole 2023. We were already like halfway through it, by the way.
oh man, yeah, bro. Big changes, bro. Big changes, big moves, you know what I'm saying? Like this podcast is a product of that. It's me accepting who I am, you know what I'm saying, and still being willing to change, to learn, to adapt, and always be fair. You know what I'm saying? Stay with that willingness, that calm, and some intention in my progress. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be better every day because I was good yesterday. I'm good today. I want to be great tomorrow, and I'm going to still constantly strive for that. You feel me? I'm always going to be chasing that, and that's something I want to instill in my child, in my children, my lady's daughter. You know what I'm saying? I want to instill that in all the children around me, even the ones that ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? I want these kids to be good, man, because yo, when we get old, man, these children, they're gonna be our doctors. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be our politicians. They're gonna be the world leaders. You know what I'm saying? So if we take care of them and we teach them right, we show them right, yo, then their children, our grandbabies, the ones that come out and we spoil the shit out of them, man, listen, they gonna be perfect. And that's what I want, man. I want a future that I know I had a part in helping be better than the one I grew up in. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. For sure. I'm with you there, man.
Yes, sir.
Trying to leave something behind for the generations, man. And that it's not even just you know what? Leaving something behind from the generations is not just a physical or tangible thing, man. It's an energy sometimes, man. It's a spirit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's an idea of how things should operate. Like we gotta create ourselves in order to do something like that. We gotta create ourselves to be more impactful. Like you know what I mean? The things that we do, the moves that we make, like I want to make some people a believer, like believers, like you know what I mean. I want to make
Yep.
my kids believers. My eldest, he talked about starting a podcast, but I haven't seen him make moves on it yet. I
Mm.
talked to him about starting a podcast prior to starting this podcast, and I have no idea where this is gonna take us. I have no idea where it's gonna go. But we started a podcast, bro.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I
did that.
mean? I get to experience this now and then. Maybe if he don't see me, maybe I get to go tell him a little bit about my experience. Maybe that'll
Yep.
encourage him more. You know what I mean? As far as starting a podcast go, I just made him. I just made it possible for him to become a little more powerful at it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And just by starting a podcast, now my son is a little bit more of a believer that you can do whatever you want to do. Like just get
Yes.
up and do it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And that's a big deal, bro, because we talked about this a couple of times. Our children, they are observers. You know what I'm saying? They kind of watch a lot of shit. And I've said it before that the content we consume is food for thought. So if we're letting our children see us make the moves that they want to follow behind, bro, you're setting him up perfect, man.
I
Because
hope so, man.
yeah, yo, it ain't nothing to get him on. Yo, we could just, man, get the gangsta up here, man. Get the young gangsta up here and let him talk to us, man. And you know what I mean? We'll chop it up and we'll see what he's about. We'll know for sure if he wants to chase it. He'll know for sure if he wants to chase it, because
Yeah.
he'll feel it. He'll feel the energy, and then he'll know. Okay, all you got to do is just do it, man. Just go out, get the equipment, sit down, and just record, and you figure everything out on the way. That's what most of life is, bro. You think about like your medical professors, or your professionals, excuse me, like doctors and nurses and all these different practices that they have in the medical field. And yeah, they might go to school for 8 years and they might read 100 books, and they collect all this knowledge and this information, but it's not until they start practicing their residency and beyond that when they actually put all of that into use to actually doing something with it. And through that knowledge comes the application of applying it. Obviously, you have to take that knowledge, and then you start applying it. So there's like an obligation to that. For that knowledge you gain, you can only extend it further by applying. And that's what's going to happen with the podcast for us. At least it for sure already happened. We've gone through several different hurdles to make this thing kind of work out, and it works out, and it's a challenge and it's fun. And for these children, man, they're starting a lot sooner than us to be able to kind of create and do a little bit more. That curiosity for them is alive still and very well, and I love that. And so we just got to push them out there, man. And yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we
You
could
know what,
find them
man?
sometime.
You know what, Hector? I feel like we started off wrong, bro. We were supposed to be
Yeah.
covering what our week was like first, right? So
Right.
we're gonna actually get back to this. I want to first ask Heck, like, Heck, how's your week been? What have we accomplished? What moves are we making?
Yeah. Gosh, my week. It's been a week. You know what I mean? It comes, it goes. Um, at my 9 to 5, it's been productive. Been able to get out in front of it, kill it. So it's kind of our slow season right now, which is nice, man. I appreciate that because, for like 9, 10 months out of the year, it's nonstop, go, go, go. And it ain't enough hours in the day kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's nice to
Yeah,
be in that slow season and be way ahead. That feels good. In my personal ventures, truthfully, I didn't do much, man. I took this whole week to kind of just mentally reset, refocus. Um, I did do that, kind of just making sure that home is good, and got to make sure home is good, man. I want to make sure where I rest my head is peaceful, man. If it's not peaceful, I don't feel good, and I carry that energy, unfortunately, in
yeah,
places I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Um, but as far as like the podcast goes, it's just pretty straightforward, man. We figured out a lot of things. This little venture of ours here. This is it's a good lesson, and I'm able to apply because like I say we're okay with planning. We're decent planners. But I know I like to procrastinate, man, and I know why I like to procrastinate because I've been able to get away with it. And so being on the podcast, like I kind of again reframing. I have to kind of reframe and think, if I procrastinate on this, then I'm taking time away from Frank, or I'm taking time away from something else. So if I stay on top of it and kind of schedule it out, get it straight,
yeah.
we
Nah, you was definitely a busy man with the podcast this week, man. Me and Hector been on the phone. more than we have in the past couple of years. We probably been on the phone at least 3-4 times this week, man. We've been
At least.
cramming. I know we've been cramming some of the work, going over it, posting videos. That's been that's been like pretty much the bulk of my week as far as the podcast go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know what? Now that I think about it, guys, I know we promised some people that we'll put it on the Apple streaming thing.
Yep.
So that's gonna definitely be mandatory after this after our fourth episode right here. As soon as we hang up in post production,
Yep.
that's what we're going right into.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the plan. That's something that, yeah, that, and what's been nice about this all is that we've been able to kind of assign homework to one another. Frank, you and I have been able to kind of give each other something that we feel is a little bit more catered or manageable to handle, and so that's felt good, man, because like I feel like I'm utilizing my spare time a little bit more productively instead of just going ahead and like seeing what Amazon got for me to watch a movie. I'm gonna throw 3 hours at a movie. I'd rather throw 3 hours at something productive, man. And don't get me wrong, I love film. I love watching film. I love listening to music. But I can do that, sparingly. I can do that somewhere else, sometime else. This podcast has consumed a little bit of that time, but in a healthy way, because it's, that productivity is getting me in bed at a better time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I gotta get up and get the energy going, so I got to get up a little sooner, eat something, and to get my mind sharpened. And so this podcast has been able to do that for me on more than just the days we enter pre and post production. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a really good, healthy thing coming from this on. So yeah, I mean, if I have to really say, this week has been pretty good actually, because I've been able to reframe it, because I've been able to go ahead and apply myself, and it feels good to do that, man. It feels nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what about you, bro? What's your week been looking like, man? How you been? How you
It's
been
been a
moving?
busy one. It's been a busy one. I wish I could say it's been busy with customers ringing my phone, but that's not happening yet. But
Yeah.
I've been optimizing my Instagram. I refocused my attention to like really like my social media. So I've been optimizing my Instagram page. I just finished the booking thing. So I actually
Yep.
just gotta link those things in there to the different sites. Um, as far as the podcast go, man, I know we're busy. That's part of the reason why we haven't gotten around to the Apple thing, because our mind's been like somewhere else. But
Hmm.
we're gonna get that out the way this time. But
Yeah, it's happening.
um, we have so starting this week. By the time this episode comes out, is gonna be last week. But
Yeah.
starting this week, we gotta like really put out the some content showing the logos we got. And
Yep.
I'm excited about that. I actually think, guys, this is going to be the first time we try using the boost feature on the social media platforms. Oh, we got to build up the bio too. Excuse our bios, guys. You ain't
Yeah.
gonna see a logo on the bio. You're not gonna see nothing written in the bio just yet. But that should be short work, little work. So I'm gonna jump
Yep.
right on that too.
Yep.
Um, but
And so,
it's been a pretty good week, and just like you said, man. When I'm being productive, I feel better. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, sometimes the feel good you don't feel it until you like look back on your week, because
Hmm.
a lot of things I want to let any entrepreneur, anybody out there striving for goals know, like, look, give yourself some grace, man. Give yourself some grace. Look back at your small wins and celebrate them. Celebrate them. Go sit down and have some popcorn or something like that. If you've been being
Yep.
productive all week, or you put in a productive hour for the day, like you know, it's the small moves that make big things happen.
Yes.
Constant, consistent small moves
Yep.
make big things happen. So
And
you know,
that's
don't
kind of
forget.
going back to what I was talking about with like short term goals, bro. Like so we've been talking about this booking thing. That's a big one. You've been talking about it, and then now you got it. You got it handled. You've dived into it deep, and so that all just kind of adds up. Those short term goals, these smaller steps, they certainly do build that success. Because if you try to take it all on at once, man, you're gonna confuse yourself. And so if you take it in small doses where you can approach it and then learn about it as you're doing what you're getting it all fixed up, and then you throw it out there, with a polished piece, man, then you do feel good about that. And I've been able to go ahead and see a lot of the transformation that happened in your personal business and as well as the podcast. And so I know you're working hard because I'm right there front and center every step of the way, and that shit is dope, Frank. Like it's cool to see that, man, because lots of times you don't get to see that framework, man. You don't get to see the foundation getting laid out. You know what I'm saying? You just see A, Z, and it's done. Amazon. There you go. Boom. Finished product. It's magic. It's crazy how it happened.
Yeah.
But like being able to see your ventures build up step by step, bro, that is an incredible process to observe. And I can only imagine how incredible it feels to be the one laying the brick, bro. That's dope,
Man,
man.
I think I need to watch whatever you watch, Hector, man. Sometimes I just create the content. I don't even go back and look at it, man. Just put it out there,
Hey.
like, last. Hey guys, excuse my my poor how can I say it? My poor penmanship, or when I'm writing, I do skip over words sometimes. I be thinking faster than I write. You know what I mean? I have this guy here to help me. I have my lady; she be helping me.
It's
But
all good. It take a team, bro. It's something we talked about with Brian last week, and you had mentioned, and Brian had mentioned, like the AI bots and all that. That's your personal team, man. So you need a team. You know what I mean? You need a
yeah,
team to
for
get shit
sure.
done, man, and that's okay, bro. That's totally okay. The fact that moves are happening at all, man, that right there is proof that there's passion, that there's something that needs to happen, and you're making it happen by putting in those steps, by taking those those small steps, making those short term goals. That's progress, man. And you
Yeah,
cannot hate on progress. It don't matter how big or how small the stride, man. It's moving in the right direction.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, man.
for sure.
Shit. But
Um,
shit. Last week, bro, we talked about a lot, man. We talked about the love languages. We talked about we got Brian up here. We talked about a little bit with the AI stuff. I feel like we're doing a lot of willingness in there too, y'all. We do how we do up here. We're about perspective, willingness, accountability. That's big on the platform.
yeah.
Um, I mean, was there anything, Frank, that you think was left unsaid? Another stone that we need to unturn from last week?
Um, so from last week, the 5 love languages. Love is a topic that will probably never get old to me.
Hmm, I
Um,
like that.
and since we had the conversation, since we had it in our Thankful Thursday, um, I know you told me you had a 5 love language talk with your son that motivated something in a few of us. My cousin Joy went and did it, and I'm planning on actually having a 5 love language talk with my boys. Now,
Hmm,
the reason why I want to do this is a little different from the birds and the bees, right? This is
right.
a little deeper, if you ask me, right? And I know, like, just having a conversation isn't like a big thing. Is, you know what I mean? You would think it's not a big thing, but it can be a life changing thing. Honestly, if the right conversation, the right questions I ask, the right topic is the person talking to them is
Hmm.
having a conversation with them. How many people you think your kid's gonna have a conversation with about the 5 love languages? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I want to take this opportunity to have this talk with them because it could be like something that sticks with them, right? And I feel by sharing my knowledge on the 5 love languages or putting it out there for them and helping them to gain a deep I'm hoping it helps them to gain a deeper understanding of love. So that way when they're out there adventuring into love, you know what I mean, they have a better understanding of when somebody's actually showing it. They have a better understanding of how different ways they can show it. You know what I mean? And maybe it would negate some of the, I don't know, the friction you get when
Mm.
you're young lovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good,
Um,
bro.
you know what I mean? Maybe they can maybe you might maybe their search for love would be a shorter one than mine's was. You know what I
Okay.
mean? That's just a hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a good hope, man. That's good, bro.
Yeah,
I really like that, man. Because yeah, we struggle, man. We struggled a lot trying to, pursue that happiness, if you will. Because a lot of us do want that from another person. We do kind of look for that in another individual, not to kind of complete us, but to help add to, the mixture of it all.
hey,
And shit, we.
some people can't get on until they find that love. You know what I mean? They can't
That's
fit
right. That's
first
right.
thing first. Let me find my love, and then I'm gonna go get a career.
Yeah, it really
You know,
it really do happen like that, man. And so, yo,
yeah,
having that conversation with that kind of hope in mind, that kind of goal, damn, yo, that'd be
yeah,
cool. That'd be cool to be a fly in the wall to hear that conversation, bro. Because I know you're gonna
yeah.
deliver it well,
I,
man. That's
I actually
dope.
plan. I actually want to do it live.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I actually want to do it live. I've been trying to figure out a reason why they're going live. Again, guys, I'm not a social media guy, but I'm turning. I wasn't a social media guy. I'm turning into one, for growth purposes.
Hmm.
And I just can't turn the camera on and just be, I don't know, looking at the screen and not really talking about nothing. So
Right.
I figured like maybe I'll get more intentional, more specific to what I'm like actually putting on live, and then I came up with the idea of having that conversation with them,
Yo.
and then let me tell y'all another one I came up with. Right, so last summer I wasn't too happy with my boys. I can't lie. I got great kids. They're great. They don't get into no trouble. I can't. Sometimes it's like, what more can you ask for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But last summer I wasn't, I didn't find too much work for them to do to come to work with me. And I would leave home 10 o'clock in the morning, and my kids would be in the next room playing a video game under the air conditioner. And I come home at 6 at night, and my kids would be in the next room playing the game under the air conditioner. And it's just like, I just, I don't know. I started getting like baffled, like, yo, what's up with these teams, man? These guys are a little different. Like, I didn't, I personally didn't need anybody to tell me to get out the door and go lift weights or do something. You know what I mean? Go
Hmm.
find a job. Like, it was just something in me I just wanted to do. And this year I just refused, man. I'm not. Y'all gonna at least come out with me every Sunday. We're gonna go to the park. Bridgeport got a gym at a park now.
Yep.
And you guys gonna come work out with me. It's gonna be every Sunday. I'm thinking to do it like 8 o'clock every morning on Sunday, man. Right
That's
before we do
good.
this podcast. I'm gonna come in with the right energy then.
That's so up, bro. That's a good idea to do that, man. Because
Yeah.
like you look at children, that come from families that are a little bit well off, a little bit better well off, a little setup. They had whatever lined up for them, and success came a little easier and whatnot. But these families, you see them enroll their children in all manners of things, bro. They're in different clubs, they're in different sports, and they have them constantly going Monday through Friday. There's something going every day of the week, kind of shit. And then Saturday, Sunday's family time, but they're still out doing stuff together, kind of thing. And what I guess that's supposed to go ahead and kind of create this, this mindset where you got to stay mobile, you got to stay moving. That high activity, that Type A personality kind of thing. You just constantly go and get kind of thing. Um, and I can see a lot of benefit from that because, like, yeah, if we kind of sit too comfortable, too kosher with what we got, then yeah, the air conditioning feel good. It's hot outside. I don't want to be out there. And oh
Yeah.
man, there's people out there. I'd rather play the video game
Man, I
because
don't
I
even
ain't
put
got
an
to
air
worry about
conditioner in my room when they get hot outside. I just, I want to be uncomfortable in here. Y'all hear me,
it.
yo?
Yeah.
Like, yo, give me a reason to get out the house. I'll come in here when the window fan works good enough, then I'll be in my room.
I like
You
that.
know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And that's one of those things, bro. It's like, again, going
I
back to
hope I ain't too loud, man.
that whole success thing, bro. That success looks different for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So like, when we was young, Frank, you're right, bro. We played a little video games, but then hey, I'm getting tired of this. I'm gonna go walk, a mile to the homie's house and go kick it, and then we're gonna go walk around and do nothing. But we went outside, we did something. It didn't matter what we was
Yeah.
doing. Let's go ride bikes out in Black Rock. They got the good paved roads out there. They got all the hills. Let's go all the way out there. And, spend the next 2 or 3 hours, with your homies, with your companions, doing nothing but everything at the same time. And
Yeah.
then I remember when we was young, Frank, we hit up the YMCA. We go out there, work out and whatnot, and that was a lot of fun, bro. I was able to get out of the house and kind of just do something that felt good. Like it is different, man. It is different. This generation is very comfortable, and so like if we kind of can push them back outside, after the whole COVID thing, and just kind of get them reignited with there's shit to do out there, not just inside, kind of thing, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's set them
Listen.
up.
One of the more inspirational things I've seen online recently was actually like The Rock and his father, right? Like when The Rock was young, I guess his dad did bodybuilding,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a picture of The Rock, standing next to his bodybuilt dad. Now they're older now, and now there's a picture of The Rock's father standing next to his bodybuilt son. Like, you know what I mean? And not to say my kids have to be bodybuilders, not to say they got to be into fitness, as I am, like, you know what I mean. But I do want them to be aware that they say your body is your temple. Take care
Mm-hmm.
of it, man. Sitting around, not use it, yo. You was born with legs. Why are you sitting so much? You know what I mean? You was born with legs. Why are you sitting so much, man? Like, you got hands. You think the only thing is good for is playing the control? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to show them there's other things. There's other things to get passionate about. There's other ways. There's things you can do to help take care of yourself for the long run.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't wait for no magic pill, man. Them pills don't. I don't know. Ain't none of them magical to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Nah, yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
my opinion on that one.
No, I feel you on that, bro. That's a whole other can right there. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, no, I'm not going down that route. And I want my child, to take care of himself physically, mentally, and so, getting him enrolled. Like I was able, fortunately, over the years, man, I've been able to go ahead and kind of get him into a whole bunch of different things to kind of ignite something within him. He's When he was little, he was in elementary school. I enrolled him in what they called it coding club. So like learning how to build video games, you know what I'm saying? Whether they be on a
Yeah.
computer, like be something like Minecraft. I was
My
able to
son
do
be
that
talking to me
for
about that.
yeah, I was able to do that for a few years, man, and he liked it a lot. And then you get a little older, he kind of has interest shift, and so there's a period in time in which I had a friend out here, and I signed him up for guitar lessons. He loved that too. He was all about it, man. It was just pretty cool. It was different, and my friend that was teaching him was really good at being able to kind of show him what's up and kind of keep his attention going. So that worked out well. And then most recently, I was able to get Aiden into something physical called parkour. You know what parkour is, right? Like
No,
they jump.
enlighten me.
So think about like when you see a kid at the jungle gym, right? They jumping crazy, they swinging, they jumping around. But imagine they're doing that off of buildings. They're doing flips over railings, and
Okay,
it's
I've
just
seen you talking about the people that be climbing up the slides on the side of
yeah,
the wall
yep,
and jumping down in some kind of creative
yep,
way and landing
yep.
and rolling and all
It,
that.
that's something called parkour, and my son loves it because not only does he have to be precise with his movement, because you miss one step, you're gonna get yourself hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of confidence that gets challenged because it's one thing to jump off a 6-inch curb. It's another thing to jump off a 5-foot wall for no reason. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
you doing something just because you could do it. Like, oh shit! So you really got to kind of really plan your next step, kind of thing. And I know that gives him a lot of power because he finds confidence in being engaged in that, looking in that things, eye to eye. I'm gonna do this. I got this, and then doing it all within a second, because you can't, if you hesitate, forget it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're done for, kind of thing. And so a lot of it is a lot of precision, a lot of confidence in self, and he's loving it for all the right reasons, man. And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh shit! Like when I discovered that there were parkour classes, I took advantage of it, man. And I was like, yeah, let's get this kid in there. Let's see what's up. And he was all about it. And so being able to continue that with him and for him, it's just a powerful move for him to kind of be set up right. Cause my kid too, let him be in the AC. He ain't coming out of his room. He gonna be in there 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. too, just playing the game. Shit, he'll go to midnight. He'll do it every day if you let him.
yeah.
But I like that, man. Yeah, getting them out there, setting them up with something. It creates a whole different mindset, yo. And yeah, you got to respect your temple, man. So we got to be the ones to show that in that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yo,
it's just what it
it's
is.
crazy, heck, man. I'm glad to hear you put them in a bunch of different things to do, man. If I could go back, I honestly would have tried more things with my kids because
Mm.
yo, life is an experience, bro.
Yeah.
And that being said, it literally is what you make it. Like that. I mean, I can't think of nobody who went to our school and went and did I don't know, jump. jumping off of planes or something like that. But
Oh, this.
imagine we come from the
Right.
same school, but this guy went that way, and that's what he's doing with his life. Another person
Mm-hmm.
went in another direction, like making life what they wanted it to be, like what they
Yep.
desired for themselves. You know what I mean? Or doing what they
Yep.
wanted to do. Like life is really like what you make it. And but I think you know we're creatures that like to be comfortable, right? So
Yeah.
like honestly, you put enough video. The only reason I probably have any work ethics in me is because like I used to have the video game, but I used to actually have to go to work with my dad so I could get money to get the video game. Like so,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of grew this like, okay, in order to get this, I need to go and do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And one of the things I feel like were even myself actually, one of the things where I messed up a little bit was that they would just get and they would just get,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what I mean? Like I you know I mean, I always felt some type of way of like about giving a kid a gift for like getting good grades on their report
Mm-hmm.
card when they're a kid that naturally like does good in school. Like you didn't work for nothing. Like that's not.
Mm.
I seen you don't be sitting at home studying, man. This is not work. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like
Mm.
I don't know. I know at one point. I know at one point it started becoming more clear to me. It's like, yo, these dudes just have it all. Like
Mm-hmm.
you ask them what they want, they don't want nothing. Like you know what I mean? You can't even figure out what to get them for Christmas anymore.
Right. Right.
Unless it's V-Bucks or Robux. You know what I mean?
Oof.
And that was another thing that turned me off to like
Oh
getting
man.
them the latest game. It's like, yo, this is what y'all want. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is not even y'all taking my physical money and y'all turn it into digital money. Like my money just literally disappeared.
Yep.
I
Nothing.
got
Nothing to show
nothing.
for it. Nothing to
Yeah, I
show
got
for
nothing, bro. I got
it.
nothing to show for this, bro. Nothing.
Yep. Yep. I know that's crazy, man. That's and just kind of rewind it back a little bit, man. You said something that was just kind of cool, man. Because like we when we grew up, man, grades, yeah, you better have good grades. I better have good grades. You got bad grades, your life is over, kind of thing. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna have no friends over the house. You ain't getting nothing for Christmas, kind of thing. Um, we shouldn't worry about measuring our children's success by their academic prowess, man. Like that, the shit don't matter. Okay, it don't. A
I mean,
book,
unless they're doing something with it for real, man. I
like
agree, man. How many of us went to school and actually was on the honor roll? And what we doing right now?
right,
You
like
know what I mean?
the
We need to have a poll on that.
yeah,
What
I
what, what
agree,
we doing
bro. I
right now?
agree. I agree with that. Personally, my own opinion, man, like, because I was on the other end of that. And I think I told you about this at one point, Frank. I remember being told, you better get good grades. And, I remember being the kid sitting in the chair, kind of looking up at my parent, and just not feeling good about it. Shit, I got a bad grade. I don't know why I got a bad grade. I really don't. I can't tell you. I came every day and I did what I was supposed to do, but it wasn't good enough. I got a bad grade. Um, and I remember sitting recently, for my son when he was in seventh grade, and I remember being the parent and looking at my child and like, okay, you got a C minus, you got a D, and thinking, man, do I ream him a new one? Do I rip him a new asshole for a grade? No, no, I didn't want to do that because I don't want to judge my child's future based on a letter grade given to him by a teacher about a subject he may never carry with him the rest of his life. Now, I know some of y'all out there are going to disagree. Oh, you got to make sure they're, set up academically, that creates success and routine. And sure, there's lots of good reasons for good grades. But I can't think of a reason to scold and defeat my son's character because he got one bad grade. I don't see a balance there for that. Um, and so we had to talk and just say, hey, I know you tried and I know that you can apply yourself a little better. I know you can. I know it's possible. And I'm not going to punish you for that. just know that I do want to see you do better. If you can find it within you to do that, then do that. And that's for
Yeah.
you, not for me. And I feel like that's a better way to go about it, is to encourage them to still try. Because once you punish them for something, man, that's gonna live with them for a long time, man. And it could be something tiny. It could be nothing, man. Oh shit, you left the fork in the sink. You know what I mean? Like, now you in trouble. You're grounded for the week because you left the one fork in the sink. Shit happens, man. Stuff does happen. We gotta
Yeah.
we gotta not come at a fear point, not too much so an authority figure. You know what I mean? You got to come at them like you are their guidance counselor, if you will. You're showing them,
The
hey,
many roles of a parent, man.
yeah, man, many hats. We got to wear
Many
all of
hats.
them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there's a lot of rules. Some we don't break. We don't break boundaries, and we don't break respect. But academics, man, I'm not gonna hold your head over a toilet because you got a bad grade and nothing like that. We're not gonna do nothing like that, man. We just try better next time and apply yourself. And then that goes into what your dad was teaching you too, Frank, with, you got to work for this, you got to earn it. So yeah, this game costs this much dollars. So you got to come to work with me and work this many hours to have that game. And that created, I feel like personally, that was a good thing for you to learn because yeah, early
Yeah.
on you learned the value of a dollar, man. And that's what a lot of children nowadays don't learn because a lot of us grew up with a little less than. So we want to shower our children with shit that we didn't have, but we forget to show them how to earn it. So when they become teenagers or adults, oh shit, I didn't know I had to do all this to get
Hey
that.
man, listen, I was stuck in that. I was stuck under that trance for a little while too until my son broke like his third or fourth TV. Talking about something I don't
Woo.
know. It just broke. It just like I'm like, bro, who you think gonna keep replacing TVs for you? I made him pay for his last TV. Like, bro, nah, you gotta pay. I went and got him. I
Mhm.
found a TV for him, but he had to
Right.
pay me $100. I made sure he coughed up all of it. Okay.
Yep. Yep. You got to hold them accountable, man. That's the whole thing, is holding them accountable. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can have nice things in life, man, but you got to take care of them and you got to earn it. And when you earn something, can nobody take that shit away from you. That's yours. You earned it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So you,
saying? And
you know
so
what, Hector? I know we went left a little bit from where
a
I
little
was
bit.
trying to go with the experience that you gave your kid, like by putting them in these different things and letting them try
Mhm.
different things. I think it's good for multiple reasons, right? Two, he's in a habit now. You put him in a habit of trying new things. So maybe when he
Mhm.
get older, something might come up and he be like, "Yo, I want to go run that marathon. I want to go. Let me see what that feel like." So
Yep.
that's one. It becomes a habit when you're constantly trying things out. And two, like I feel like you help to bring him closer to, even if everything you tried for him he realized he doesn't like, you still help them bring him just a little bit closer to know what it is he do like. He was like, okay, whatever I'm
Yeah.
doing, it's gotta be far from this stuff over here. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
that's okay. But life is an experience, man. You know what I mean? You're supposed to. I feel like you should experience. That's living. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
living. Like, it's when you experience things, new things. Just things out of joy. For joy. Hopefully, most of the time, happiness and joy. That's what I'm about.
Mhm. That's
But
right. And I think it was in episode 2 you said something about you got to live this life like you imagined it. You know, none of us imagine living life in a box somewhere in the dark. No, we want to experience shit. And so yeah, that was my whole premise of putting him in all these different things. You're right, because I wanted him to experience some things. I wanted him to experience some physical things. Know how his body feels when he does it. Know the success of being able to do something hard and still make it out of that. I wanted him to dive deep into that creativity. Like, man, I could play guitar. I could get a good desk job somewhere building code for making a bit of, the next biggest video game. Shit, I could be part of that team that makes $1 billion video game. Hey, it's entertainment. And, as you get older, you start to realize all the different ways you can apply these things you learn. And that was my whole point was, if I give him guitar lessons, maybe he'll be a little bit more attentive and showing someone how to do something later because he knows someone was patient with him when they taught him something. When it comes to the
the
video game thing,
intangible benefits, man.
yeah, exactly, bro. And they don't see that when they're little. They don't see that at all. So that's why it's our responsibility to do
Yeah.
that for them. We got to show and teach them that. in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So that they have fun doing it. So that when it comes time to apply the lessons learned from it, it's just a habit, like you were saying, bro. It's this second nature kind of thing. Like it won't have to be this vetted process, and they don't have to sit here and think too hard. No, they just do it because they know what's right. They know how to do it. It feels good, and it feels good to feel good. You know what I'm saying? So that's
That
why, yeah, hell yeah. So that's cool, man. Getting your boys out there to learn different things, man. Go for it, man. That's success in its own way, man. You're helping them out for sure.
yeah, yeah. You know, I feel like I've been blessed with my boys, man. It's for as long as I can remember, it's been me and my two boys. I remember back when I used to drive school buses. One summer I said, you know what, I'm not gonna drive the bus this summer, and I just hung out with my boys, man. We went to the park every day, man.
I love
So
it.
ultimately, what I'm trying to do is recreate that
Mm-hmm.
when it was like 4 or 5 or 3. I can't even remember how old they was that summer. But I'm trying to recreate that, but this time in a way that benefits them just a little bit more, man. Just stay connected with my boys, man. Show them, I don't know, just show them a little bit, talk to them when I'm
Yeah.
showing them, man. I really want to install in them some knowledge, man. Some of my
Mm-hmm.
experience through maybe, you know what I mean. I can't live for them. They have to experience some things for themselves, but maybe I could give them a little information to help them navigate just a little better,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
I I think that's true, bro. Like let them experience it. Cause you and me, bro, we had our chance. We had our time. And we still
Yeah, for
can. We're
sure.
still alive, bro. We ain't dead yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? But for them, yeah, let them experience it. And then so something that I learned, and I'm gonna share it with you and everybody out there. Um, listen more than you do talk. You know what I'm saying? Ask them questions about how they feel, what they like, what they think, and kind of encourage them to open up. Because when they do experience that experience, they'll have something in the now to share with you right then in that moment, and then that helps them remember it a little bit better. It becomes this more cognizant memory of something that did happen, instead of oh yeah, I remember when we did something like that. No, they'll remember exactly when they went to the park with dad and went working out, and all these good things happened, and that'll be a memory, because that's what we want to leave for them, bro. Is good memories,
Yeah,
right? We want them to have that, and so let them live that, like you was just saying, bro. That's the best way. And I had to learn a little bit of that too. I did a lot of talking, man, when I was younger, and now I like to listen to my son. I love listening to him. I love hearing him light up.
yeah.
That shit
Listen more than you
makes me
speak.
happy. Yeah, makes
Listen
me
more than
so
you.
happy to hear him, man. So you're on the right path, bro. I'm with that, bro. That's cool. And then, every young man at that age, bro, because we did it. We wanted to work out. We wanted to look good. You go to the
Yeah.
pool or
Hopefully,
something. You go to the
hope,
water. You take your shirt off. Everybody like, oh,
hopefully they go back to the school year transform, man, and feeling good about
hey,
it, man. So you said listen more than you speak, man. That reminds me of a Caribbean saying I've heard all my life. It's a lot longer though, but God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. You gotta listen more and talk less.
yeah, I like that.
Keep your mouth, man.
That's true. That's good stuff, man. That's something that a lot of us will benefit from, man. Because, um, we just go and just go, and if you're constantly going, man, then there's no time to get more knowledge because you can't hear what's coming. So with my child and with my lady's daughter, man, like this little girl, I love this little girl, bro. Like it's so cool watching her grow up, because she came into my life when she was about 3 years old. She's gonna be 8 at the end of the year. Her birthday is just a few days after mine, and it's dope seeing what this person has become. And I know that I've had a small part of that too. And it's just cool to see the transformative process from going from that young, you know, very dependent individual to this person who's now starting to have a personality and really starting to find themselves in the things they like. And it's cool to see that again, because now I get to do it in a way where it's just like, man, if I could have did just this a little different for my I get to kind of refocus that and reframe it for her. and it's cool because now we're all along for the ride, and it's kind of dope, man. And
Hey,
it's just cool to be a parent, man. It's
yeah, you know,
that's a gift.
I used to hear something like the last kid is supposed to be like the kid that is like nobody wants to have favorite kids or nothing like that, but it's supposed
Right.
to be your most complete child, right? Because you already had experience. The first kid born, they got the brunt of all your bad parenting, or you didn't know parenting. You just don't
Yeah.
know. You don't. This is your first time. You don't know. You know what I mean? But
Right.
the second kid, the third kid, now it's like you changed a few diapers. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
let some you spoiled one or two rotten already. This one is not supposed to be spoiled rotten.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it because you make the analogy about the middle child, man. Like, yo, that's real things. It's different tiers, when the kid comes along, kind of thing. And so, yeah, there's something you could teach a little bit better. And then, keep in mind, y'all, it's an ongoing process. Parenting doesn't stop at 18, man. Just because they're adults now, don't mean that's it. They're gone and you're free. Absolutely not. If you're thinking that way, hey, you're fucked up in the head, man. You shouldn't be free from your children, man. That to me, that's a gift, bro. I love seeing my child, and I can't wait. I thought about it just abstractly, man. Like, yo, if I could peek into the future, if I could look at any one moment in the future, I told myself I'd want to look at my son's 50th birthday, and I want to see who's around him, all his family, all his friends. That's what I want to look at. Like how good he did for himself, kind of thing. That's what I would want to peek at if I had the opportunity to peek in the future.
50?
50, yeah, just to see what kind of career he's got, what kind of house he's in, you know what I'm saying? What he's doing, who
Giving your
he's
baby
sharing
boy a
this
lot of
life with.
grace, man.
Yeah,
Mine
yeah.
better get it together at 25, man. I want to feel it. I want to feel some of that. You gonna take me on vacation, kid? Okay.
Right. You know what I mean? So yeah, parenting, being a parent is a cool thing, and like I said, it doesn't stop, man. It doesn't end, and it's we got to constantly be willing to have a transformative idea that when they grow, we grow with them. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't stop growing ourselves, man. And so if something new comes along and they show it to us, we have to be able to take that in the way they're trying to deliver it. That's the job of a parent. And I'm excited to be a parent, man. I love this shit, dude. It's cool as hell. I know you having a good time with it, bro. I know you loving it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I just hope all of us could do that out there. Everybody, man. It's cool, man. And we, like I was saying earlier, man, we teach them to be good. And man, when the grandbabies come around, this world gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? We might make a dent in it and all the bad shit going on. We might make a change. So it starts with us
Yeah.
though. So
Yeah. Gotta be mindful parents, man. Mindful parenting.
yeah, yeah.
That's it.
So that's crazy how quick this hour went, bro. I'm loving
Yeah,
that.
yeah, man.
It went quick. So um, we last week we released the logo. We showed some options. When the polling process is going, and just big shout out again. Anyone commented, shared, liked all of it. It's cool to
Yes.
see that.
Yes, the
As
critiques, man. Somebody told me I need a backup from the mic, man, to show my face a little bit. I heard that at least 3 times. So, yeah,
it's an ongoing process, bro. This thing is constantly evolving, and it
one
still
step
feels
at a
good
time.
though. That's it. Yeah, it still feels good to do it every day. Every step we take is perfect. And so yeah, that logo, we're gonna be finalizing that here very soon. That intro and outro music we talked about way back, that's gonna get wrapped up real soon. And so it's just cool for all of you that have been with us from the first, and now we're 4 episodes in here. Um, Frankie and I, we practice consistency. We like having consistency in our life. We like being accountable. Um, and we like being able to kind of work on that together and show like, hey, there's progress being made here. And this podcast is a prime example of that, just kind of seeing where we started and how it's moving along. It'll get better and, a little bit more interactive with you all out there. I'm looking forward to it, bro.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Yeah, so I can't wait till we hopefully after this episode, hopefully we'll be wrapping up the polls and presenting to you guys the verdict. You know what I mean? We'll go over the numbers. We're gonna be checking them through the different social medias. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna run the poll on every platform that we're on.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna pick the top one, whatever you guys collectively think, a piece of your mind. Okay,
That's
we're gonna
it.
ask you A, B, and C. Y'all gonna, for the majority that picks whichever one. We're taking that piece of y'all mind or whatever y'all picked, and we putting that up there as our logo, man. And we appreciate it. We appreciate your
Absolutely.
input. We appreciate the time you took out of your day to help us along. And you know what? I want to just go ahead and say thank you to anybody who's currently listening or going to listen. You know what I mean? This is it's a leap of faith. It's a leap of faith between two brothers here, man. And we just trying to we're taking a ride and see where it takes us, man. This is it's an adventure. It's the best way
Yeah,
to put it.
I like that.
Thank you
It's a
guys.
passion project. So yeah, thank y'all for coming along, man. And we hope to keep going. We want a long journey out of this, and y'all are more than welcome. Plenty of room for all of y'all.
All right, word. See y'all in episode 300.
Oh yeah, so hold up. For all of y'all who came through and let us borrow some time, we'll see you next week on Peace of Your Mind.
All right.
Peace
Good
out.
night.